What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the brUTherhood with my guy Nick Shuley and my best friend in the best world, DJ Augustin.
Oh, that was the sweetest intro you've ever done. That was so nice, man.
I like that, brother. I like that.
All love, man. I'm feeling, it's Christmas coming around. We just had, I don't call it Thanksgiving, but I call it, let us be grateful for all that we have. And, just in a great spirit, a great giving, showing a lot of empathy. So, I'm just spreading the love. You two guys, I'm thankful to be on this podcast with, and it's been going well. And let's keep it going into the new year. So let's keep it going.
We've got a special guest in the house today, Mr. Gerry Hamilton, who is the man over at Inside Texas, on Texas football. This guy knows more about sports than any person I've ever listened to, talked to, and he is so in depth with his football, basketball. So we want to start having Gerry guest on brUTherhood, just so we can get some good game recaps and really get the inside info. But Gerry, welcome, man. Thanks for popping in.
Man, I'm so excited to be here. It's been a long time, man. I mean, I remember covering DJ at Hightower High School. It's been a while, man. I saw Roy a couple of weeks ago at the Rockets game. Of course, he was getting Van Fleet warmed up, and I hadn't seen Roy in a while either, man. And Van Vliet with that around the world spin, I said, dude, still don't know how he shoots that high percentage, man. I was mesmerized watching him shoot around. But man, great to see you guys, man. I'm excited to be here and talk some Texas hoops with y'all.
Good seeing you,
man.
Gerry.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, DJ, I think Gerry's got some good high school stories on you. I want him to give us the dirt, man. I need the dirt.
No dirt. Let's talk about facts first.
Okay, go ahead.
Rank DJ Augustin in Houston hoops. What is he like?
Hold up.
In his ranking, like, is he top 10 best point guard ever to come out of the Houston area? Top 5?
I'm really not
15.
coming.
No. Let me finish my question.
For a few months.
It doesn't matter.
Welcome, Gerry. Welcome to this.
I put all my work in New Orleans, and I had to carry it over here. So
let the experts speak about it, because he was watching you at a tender age when you were in high school, when you were at the peak or the pinnacle of your game. You were a senior at this point now. So you a McDonald All-American. I just want to hear from an expert, an analyst, on what he saw your potential to be and how he had you ranked.
Okay. So first off, yes, he is. DJ is, even though he's only in Houston a few months. Because one, and I'd seen him. Look, Russ Springman, you guys know Russ and I have been good friends for years. And we talked about how well DJ shot the ball, either off the catch or off the dribble, going right or left, didn't matter. He had it all in his game, shooting the basketball. But it was the change of pace, the change of speed, the understanding of how the command of the position that set him apart from other guys. TJ obviously is right there, but he was a blur, right, Roy? You played with him. DJ had a certain pace to his game and had such a great feel for changing speeds, changing pace, setting up his man, setting up everybody else, creating space to get his shot off cleanly. DJ he understood how to play the position. I think you're born with that, honestly. I mean, DJ, I don't know if you said I learned it all in a gym. I don't think so. I think you're born with that understanding of how that position. But it was the command that made DJ really good, Roy, in high school. He had what you saw at Texas in high school. Wow. Now, the funny thing with DJ, though, and I want to see what DJ is going to say to this. DJ, what the national guys say? Did they call you pudgy at one point?
I knew Roy was going to light up. I knew it.
I couldn't believe national basketball guys like Dave Taleb say it looks a little pudgy because of the move and everything. I'm like, dude.
Hey, let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. He was a dope boy.
Listen, I'm coming from
Gerry,
New Orleans.
I called that.
I'm coming from New Orleans where we eat good. Yeah. I'm already stressed out over Katrina. So yeah, I was a little pudgy, but not Gerry. Gerry, I appreciate them kind words, man. And listen, look, when I played, I didn't realize what I was doing. Like all the stuff you saying, like that's what everybody told me, but I was just playing the game, and like you said, it could have been something I was born with. I just played the game, tried to play the right way, get everybody involved, and I was a little. Now that I look back, I was a little pudgy, but they got me right.
What'd you tell me? I cut out the Chick-fil-A, right? That's what you said.
When I was a kid, so I'm not understanding how to eat right and not to eat candy and all those kind of things. But I learned that at Texas my freshman year.
Big shout out to Todd Wright. Big shout out to Todd Wright.
Coach Todd right away put me and Big Dex into fat camp, and it took me like a week and a half to get all that off of me, and after that it was I was up from there. So Gerry, it's good to see you, man, and I appreciate it.
One thing I want to add, guys, before I got something for Roy, but then what DJ did at the college level that didn't even really show at the high school level, it showed more at the college level because he was playing against better competition, bigger players, right? Taller guys, lengthier guys. DJ played through contact. He finished
body
through
control.
Contact. That's what kind of set him apart in the college game is people wanted to attack him. Okay, he's not as big as some other guards, but he played through your contact. He played through your chest and finished in the paint. That was one of the best things he did at the college level for me.
So basically, Roy, you wouldn't have been able to guard me at college. Just know that you could pick me up full court. You could pull your pants up to your knees like you used to do when you used to pick me up in the league. None of that's working.
Hey, and by the way, so one of the big topics, Roy, has been what are Texas fans? It's been football. What are you going to miss about the Big 12? You know what I'm going to miss in Big 12 basketball? Roy and James Thomas starting fights at Oklahoma State. Those were highlights.
No, we were defending our teammate. And you know how it went down. We from New York. Somebody lay a hand on one of my guys. I got to go protect. I was the big homie. So I had to go protect my young fella, TJ Ford. And it is what it is. Thank God we didn't get suspended. But at the end of the day, you got to take care of your guys on and off the court. So,
hey, Nick, I'll never forget Rob Lanier told me that we signed this guy that people don't really know about. Because, obviously he came in with Brian Boddicker, who McDonald's All-American, right? I think Klotz was in that class too, right, Roy?
Yeah, Brandon Mouton, James Thomas.
Mouton, who was a top 50 kid in the country, right? But Rob said, I want most underrated player in the country, man. He said he's not going to wow people with stats. He said, but he's such a great player and understands defensively. He's going to learn under Rick, and he's going to have a chance to play in the NBA. And I was taken aback when Rob said, I was like, really? Because I didn't know who Roy was. Rob Lanier knew what he was talking about, man.
Yeah. I remember he was that like super raw freshman. Like he was this guy that like nobody knew what to do with, but he's just like kind of lanky. He wasn't a doughboy. He was lanky.
I weigh 165. Big shout out to Rob Lanier, at SMU, the head coach. He recruited me. He saw me in the East Coast when I was in prep school playing. He was at Rutgers. And I was going to go to Northwestern or Marist. Nobody really was recruiting me.
Yeah.
He gave me the opportunity to come on a visit. And as soon as I got off that plane, I was like, I'm coming to Austin. I didn't care. And I grinded my way, to start as a freshman, with my defensive prowess and my mentality. And then it was off from there. So big shout out to, Coach Barnes for giving me the opportunity of a lifetime. Big shout out to Rob Lanier for giving me that same opportunity. Without them, I wouldn't be sitting here in front of you guys today. So I'm thankful and I'm grateful for the opportunity. That's all I ever asked for in this life.
Hey, and by the way, we can't start talking golf with DJ because then that's going to be the whole show. DJ Ford says DJ plays every day. So we can't start golf talk because we won't get anything else done here.
Man, don't start it, man. I'm telling you, this will be a golf show, not basketball.
Jerry, how long have you been covering basketball in Texas?
I've been in this business. This is my 23rd year. And so pretty much that long, right? I mean, you have to even though I'm obviously I was a pretty decent basketball player, right? I'm lucky to be on this show. But I have a love for college hoops, man, and love the high school scene as well. But I balance football and basketball, right? So this is my 23rd year, man. And I've had so much fun with this. And it's crazy. I was thinking about getting ready for this show today as all the great. I was at the Elite Eight win over Michigan State. I was sitting 9 seats down from Magic Johnson.
I remember that. I was playing. Yeah.
Yes, you were playing. And DJ and KD, the game I won't forget that they played in together was A&M in Austin, the double overtime game.
Yep.
I mean, I think it was double. It wasn't triple. It was triple was Oklahoma State. This was double.
Oklahoma State, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That game I'll remember because, look, man, Billy Gillespie could coach his butt off. And he was running offensive sets, and Rick could really coach defensive basketball, and they were just going at it, man. KD, DJ making plays. Damian James made some plays in that game. AC Law couldn't miss
I remember that game, man.
Yeah. He didn't miss clutch shots that year. For whatever reason, he didn't miss a shot that year, right? But I was thinking about it coming on the show. Some of the memories, man, are so cool. But I've just had a blast, man. Watching all these guys, covering all these guys over the years, man. I was telling TJ last time I talked to him, I was at an AAU tournament in Clear Lake, and LeBron was playing with the Oakland Soldiers.
Wow.
And they were playing against Dwight Howard and Randolph Morris were on
Atlanta Celtics.
Yep. Yes.
Josh Smith.
LeBron literally destroyed those guys. And at the time, I was like, I don't think I'm ever going to see anything like that again. So I've been really lucky, man. In this business, I was actually coaching on a little AAU. We went up against Lamar Odom out in California. I mean, so it's been so much fun. We played we won 16 and under nationals with a Houston select out of the Houston area, and Kobe was playing right after us. I mean, so it's been, this business it's been a lot of fun for me. I've been so lucky, man. Really lucky.
Jerry, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Can you tell us how much preparation goes into what you do? I mean, I know I was one of those people who thought, an analyst or a broadcaster or somebody could just get up there and just freestyle and just, go off the top of your head. Because I actually, I went to the NBA. The NBA has a program for guys who want to look into being broadcasters or analysts, color commentary after they're done playing post career. And that's what I thought going into that. But when they threw us in the fire, man, it's a lot harder than you think. You got to know what you're talking about. You got to know stats. You got to know numbers. How much preparation goes into what you do, like before you cover a certain player or game, stuff like that?
Yeah, a lot, man. Because when I was, when I was at ESPN Under Armour, I lived in Charlotte. We did the Recruiting Nation TV shows out of ESPNU. Then I moved to South Florida for a few years, and I did the high school games on TV, football games. And, I mean, look, I've had a stats brain. I guess my father was a football coach, but I was kind of born with a stats brain. I sucked in school, but I had a stats brain, right? So I can remember – I can't remember them to a T anymore, but I can remember – DJ, a lot of your high school stats at one point. I mean, if you gave me a few minutes to kind of get
spit them out. We want to hear something.
I'd have to go back. But here's the crazy thing. I tell David Peavy all the time. I said, David, you're a young coach. You underutilized DJ at high time. I tell Peavy. I saw him a few weeks ago up in Duncanville. But yeah, it's the stats part's natural to me, right? That's where I've been pretty good in this business. But I really like studying players. I love the evaluation side of it, man. Like, like when I watched DJ, first time I saw DJ, Russ had given me a pretty good idea. I'll tell you this, the crazy thing is I went down to New Orleans and watched KD at AAU tournament. He was 16. And Russ had told me about this. And this is when Coach Barnes was like, Russ, you're wasting your time. We're not getting that guy. What are you doing? You're just wasting your time recruiting that guy. And Russ was like, hey, man, I'm just telling you, we got a shot at this guy. And what they didn't know is Russ laid out the academic map for the kid when North Carolina and UConn did not. And that's why Wayne Pratt sent him to Texas. But when I went to watch KD, I had no idea. Like, I knew he was good. But to your point, DJ, after that, I went back and started studying what I could on KD. I was like, oh dude, the ball rarely hits the rim here. Now, this is a little different for somebody that tall. But his footwork and everything. But I spend a lot of time in evaluation. Nobody's great at that. It's human error, right? And I mean, guys are going to develop at different times. But I like to study how do guys respond to adversity. I mean, I like a lot of times, guys, if I go watch a top football guy, I want to go watch them when I think they're going to lose a game. It's easy. It's easy for guys this level a lot of times. What are they going to do when it's not going well?
Right.
Are they coachable? Yeah. Are they a teammate? Are they a leader? Do they shy away? Do they walk away from it all? That's the fun part to me, is trying to say, okay, who's going to maximize their talent and who's not? I knew DJ was pretty quickly.
That's awesome, man. Well, thanks so much for joining, Gerry. I know we really want to kind of get into the nitty gritty of the Texas basketball season too, but I wanted to hear, I know you were going to have some awesome stories, and I'm sure you'll have more over the next few months, et cetera. But sorry, I keep looking over here because I'm kind of paying attention to the Texas game going on right now against Texas State. So
just went into halftime and we're only up 10 against Texas State. That's not a good sign for me.
Was up 25-4.
I know, and then they made a big run.
Went ice cold for about 8 minutes.
Yeah, Smith was hitting at the start, but let's start with the last game. So we covered up till Wyoming. So I think obviously Texas beat Wyoming 86-63. I think it was. It was kind of like this. It was just a little slow at the start. And then, Smith came through with 23 points. He was 8 of 14 on field goals, 3 of 6 from 3. But it was kind of a rough start. So I don't know, Gerry, do you have any thoughts on that game?
Yeah, I was going to ask these guys about that. So Texas starts the big lineup, right? But offensively, that's probably their most challenged lineup because you're playing Dylan on the wing. And he doesn't really have a wing game necessarily off the bounce, right? And he's not going to knock down white, clean look threes at this point. He can, but he just hasn't at this point. I think he's a couple of years in development away from that. So when Texas starts that big lineup, I think that it's a challenge for him offensively. It helps him set the tone defensively. But I wanted to kind of get these guys' take on that, because I think this Texas team right now, the way it's constructed until Disu comes back, the faster they play, the better they are. Like Tyrese Hunter's better playing fast than in the half court. Dylan Mitchell's playing better playing fast than in the half court. So when you start that big lineup, it sets your tone defensively, but I think it challenges you offensively, spacing wise, creating, getting max space, right? And getting Tyrese speed, letting his speed take off and use that down the court. I was wondering what those guys thought about the big lineup versus small lineup, because I think you can, it's interesting. You can get off to a little bit of slow start offensively. Now in Big 12 play, you can get down 10-2 pretty quick. And Texas got down pretty quick against UConn, but obviously Shedrick wasn't playing that game.
We talked about this last episode, and I'm an advocate of playing small. And I even went to the putting Brock in there. So you got another playmaker. You got somebody that can space the floor. He can make a shot. He can make a decision. But even putting Dylan at the 5 and then surrounding him with smaller guys, you just switch everything. We rebound. We got multiple push guys, because in college there's lack of space. So how can we optimize the space for Tyrese Hunter, for Max Amos to have these driving funnels where they can get in, they can touch the paint, they can finish, they can spray for threes, and they can play at a helter-skelter, pace. Texas has to play in the open court. They have to create turnovers. They have to play fast. Playing that big lineup, I don't agree to that. I definitely don't agree. I like the guy, Shedrick. He's a great rim roller, and he's a great defensive guy, but having Dylan Mitchell out there with him just clogs up the paint. If I'm playing against Texas, I'm going to just sag in, have a tight shell, and just make you move the ball east to west.
Yeah, I'm going to piggyback on Roy. Like he said, we talked about this last episode, going small. Even, y'all know I've been saying from the beginning, put Brock at the 5. Because Brock can shoot the ball, and he's gonna space everything out. No bigs can wait in the paint to meet you at the rim, for Tyrese and Max and those guys. And like you said, on defense, we just switch everything. Unless you're gonna run a zone, go big. But I think going small, you could change up that 5 position, Brock, Dylan, whoever, Disu when he comes back, and just surround them with guards. I mean, I think that'll work, But it's still early in the season. RT, I know he'll make some adjustments. And hopefully, that's one of the things he takes a look at, just going with that smaller lineup. That way, like they said, just pushing the ball, because that's everybody's strong suit on offense for us. Tyrese and open floor, Max, even Dylan, those guys just running the floor, and getting easy points.
Yeah, Wyoming was the first game that IT didn't start. That's correct, right?
No, he didn't start. He didn't start in Empire Classic either. They started big lineup. Yeah, they started a big lineup there, which I like. I like IT off the bench, but that means you're starting a big lineup. I like IT coming off the bench because he adds that scoring pop. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's actually played he shot it better in the mid range than I thought he would. Because I went and watched a lot of stuff at UCF with him. And he can flat out shoot the basketball to 23, 24 feet. He's played a little better in the mid-range than I expected him to. I think they have really good parts on this team. I'm so interested when Dylan gets back, how Frank Haith, they're going to mesh it offensively. I think defensively they're going to mesh it fine because I think they're going to be in a better position to cover the smaller guards, right, Roy? You can rotate your rim protection, right? I think it's going to be interesting to see how they mesh offensively with that group, because then you have Shedrick, and when you take him out of the game, you have Disu. And you can just rotate those guys so you always have a big that can score the basketball in the Big 12, which I think is going to be key for them. So I'm fascinated to see what they do with it. I think they have the parts to be a second weekend team. The hard thing in college basketball now is all these guys, they come together every year, 6 new guys, and you have to make it work in a short amount of time. Mm-hmm. That's the challenge.
Dylan for me is the X factor, because if you play him and Shedrick together, now you got 2 rim protectors. Yep. Now playing big looks good, because now with the small guards getting beat, you just funnel into these guys that can protect the rim. So that is a plus. But right now, I would play to my strengths, and I would start the kid IT, have him, and then stagger him, maybe take him out early. Then he can play with the second unit coming back. But just having it a hectic pace is big for Texas. And we're playing too slow right now, and it's not beneficial to, what our personnel is. You have to play to your personnel in college, I feel like. And
but like you said, that was a good point.
People play systems too much.
Yeah.
It's not systems, it's personnel. It's personnel. System basketball, the college game is too slow. It's too slow.
No, I was just going to say, like what you said, just put him in early, start him, and then take him out early. That way he can come back in and be that, second unit scoring punch. So that was a good point.
Yeah, well, yeah. Obviously, we can't get too much into Texas State since it's at halftime, and it's tough to analyze that one. But I think Jerry, while we got you on, I'd love to hear your thoughts on. I mean, I know I've seen Marquette play twice. I don't know if you've seen them play. They're a fun team to watch. They got some great guards. Like Cam Jones is a beast, and Tyler Kolek is like the reincarnation of Stockton or Skiles or something like that. But I want to hear
he's a lefty, which makes him even tougher. He's a lefty. That makes him even tougher for guys defensively. Yeah, you gotta keep him. And who's the quick guard? Is that Jones?
I think it's Cam Jones.
Cam Jones.
Yeah.
Cam Jones off the bench is like elite quick, right? Laterally, just that second step. It's like boom, there he goes. So you got to keep those guys out of the middle somehow.
He's averaging 16 points off the bench.
Yeah. If those guys start getting in the middle of your defense, you're in trouble. I mean, they're going to create, they're going to kick. They're gonna throw it to the rim. I don't think they're as good offensively as they were last year. Obviously, they lost a first-round pick, but I don't know if they shoot it on the elite level from 3. But I think they shoot it well enough. The whole key for Texas up there, and that's a road game. The one thing Texas has struggled with early, to me, but it's partly the competition they were playing. Then when they got to New York, it wasn't as bad as unforced turnovers. I mean, there were some games where, they had 10, 12 just unforced turnovers where it's just – and part of that's new guys playing together, but you can't have unforced turnovers in that game up there against that team because they will be – that's 2s going the other way. They're going to have to play smart with the ball.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch Iguodaro against Shedrick. I think that's going to be a great matchup, and I think it's a good chance for Shedrick to show off his athletic ability because Iguodaro is impressive. Like I liked watching him play.
Caden Shedrick, because he's been better than I thought he would be because UVA plays the slow system, right? And he went to a faster system for a reason. He thought he had a lot to show. I can't even imagine him if he's healthy because he plays over both shoulders in the paint. I mean, he has a left-handed jump hook game. He can draw fouls. He makes free throws. He can hit mid-range jumpers, but I really like that he's playing over both shoulders, guys. I mean, he's a difficult guy to guard at the college level if he's healthy.
I like him because to me he's a rim player. Like, he's good in the pocket. He can attack the rim. He can play in the post. He got a mid-range. He can offensive rebound. He has a nice touch around the basket, and he's physical. Yeah. I love the fact that he just knows how to play in that pocket. Like, he's slipping, he's ghosting screens, he's getting lobs. He's solid at the free throw line. He's a pleasant surprise for Texas basketball.
Yeah, agreed. Well, Gerry, I think while we got you on, also, I'd love to hear your thoughts on these recruits. I know we haven't even covered any.
Before that, not to cut you off, let's talk about Ron Hollins. Let's talk about AJ Johnson, because going into last year, we were like ranked top 10, 11, 12, something like that. Then they bumped us because AJ was leaving, going to Australia. Ron Hollins, was our only recruit. And then by the end of the summer, he's gone. He's with G League Ignite. So let's talk about that first before we get into 2024.
Yeah. AJ Johnson was the interesting one to me because I think he is insanely talented. When I watched him in high school, I was like a poor man's Tyrese Halliburton level player if he ever maximized his ability. Like, he's got a burst at his size. Like, when he sees it and can straight line down the court, he has got an extra gear, almost like Jaden Ivey had at Purdue. I mean, his gear is like, you're like, whoa, okay, that's a little different. He just didn't want to go to school, guys. He had no interest in going to college. He didn't want to go to classes. He just wanted to do bad, and that's his choice, right? Yeah. He just wanted to go play hoops, man. He had zero interest in going to college. Ron Holland was interesting to me, though, guys. I could get in trouble on this one, but they listen to the wrong people. I mean, it's going to work out for him, but I mean, it's wrong people as far as why he didn't go to Texas. I mean, Arterio should have been playing more. Why? He wasn't dependable. I mean, he's a talent, but he wasn't dependable. He wasn't the guys that they could trust. And I mean, look, he's had another issue there, right? I mean, so I think that was just in that DFW area, man, just listening to the wrong people. You got to block out the noise sometimes. But it's all going to work out for Ron. He's going to be a lottery pick, and he tremendous. That guy has a great motor. I mean, y'all would have both loved to play with Ron Holland now. Mm-hmm. It's motor. That's his number one thing. He's developing wing ball skills and a game off the bounce. It's been slow developing for him, but his motor he's gonna play. He's gonna make a lot of money because of his motor, guys. He's gonna stick.
Yeah, playing hard is a talent. Having a motor is a talent. I try to tell people that, and they're like, how is that so? It is very much a talent. It's hard to do that on a consistent base, day in, day out.
Especially at the NBA level, because, we play so many games. So to bring it every single night, that's definitely a talent, And
DJ played for David Peavy, and I think Peavy does a great job at the high school level. He knew what buttons to push with Ron. And he always had Ron playing fast, physical. And Ron had the motor, but then David did a great job getting the best out of that motor. I really believe that. Communication with Ron is going to be so important for whoever coaches him at the pro level. You have to David would explain it better. There's a way to communicate. Every guy's different with Ron to get the most out of him that was different than some of the other guys he had.
Yeah, Gerry, I think that's interesting what you said, because one thing, I mean, we were around the kids a lot working with them, and that team last year was one of the tightest teams I've ever been around. They loved each other. They all showed up together, but it'd be funny. They'd show up in 2 or 3 crews, and then Arterio would come by himself or wouldn't come. And so you could see that it just wasn't gelling. And he was a fantastic player, amazing talent, but it just it didn't seem like it fit.
I mean, when people are telling you you're as good as Ja Morant, I mean, come on, man. I mean, you have to have nobody had patience. Everybody enabled him. Nobody said the right things to that kid. And I believe that really hurt him. I mean, they put expectations that were unrealistic on that kid. And so what's been put in his head? I mean, he was kind of set up to fail as a freshman because of the people around him, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, and
he was still really good, and he would guard, but just the expectations just weren't. They were whack, man.
Oh, he was another level defender. Like that was the last time I've seen some of that like defense play like that since you, Roy. Like he was a great on ball. You could put him on the best player on the team and he could hang, but it didn't fit. But I think let's move forward to this year's class. Gerry, tell us. We haven't talked about him at all on this. I don't think we've covered Trey, Cam, or Nick. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on this class.
These two guys will love Trey Johnson now because Trey's got a Royale toughness about him. He's got a little New York in him now. I'm just telling you, even though he's a 6'6" scoring guard, he's got that in him. I saw him as a freshman. And he was going at guys and like verbally going at guys, getting competitive with them up in a district game. I was like, okay. I mean, I knew he could score. I knew he could shoot. Obviously his father played at Baylor when Rodney was an assistant at Baylor. But Trey, what I love about Trey, man, is he can score it going left or right. He's 6'5.5". He'll shoot 38, 40% as a freshman from three, kind of like D. He's got that level ability to shoot the basketball like DJ had coming out of high school. But he is a natural scorer. Because he's got a little that stuff to him. He's physical. He'll play through contact. I love where he's going, and I think that kid. And I don't know if it's because he's a coach's kid. I'm a coach's kid, but I don't want to always say all the coaches' kids are like that. But that kid understands, I think, what he has to do to maximize his talent. And I think the move to link prep, that's not a move a lot of guys would make when your dad's a coach at Lake Highlands. And I know with NIL, things are different because you can go to Missouri, and as soon as you sign, you can start making name, image, and likeness money as a high school player after you sign your letter of intent or scholarship papers. So that's part of the move. But he won a state championship at Lake Highlands and went to challenge himself on the national schedule at Link. I mean, he did all he could do. But that kid has in-state pride. That thing came down to Texas and Baylor, but it was a crazy thing about his last official visit to Texas. You can take multiple official visits. He wanted to go meet Sark and the football guys. So he went and spent 30 minutes talking football, Texas football with Sark. He had that picture with Arch Manning I put out on social media. That kid likes the idea of being at the University of Texas, being an athlete at Texas. He'll be the guy that wants to go to the football games and kind of do that college life thing for a year. The G League could be an option for him, but I think if there's one guy that would pass it up, Rodney and them have a good chance with him just because I think he wants to be that college athlete for a year, and he'll make so much NIL money it won't matter. Cam Scott is interesting to me. Cam was Ty Larson actually identified him, director of recruiting. Cam is these guys are really like Cam because I think where he's going to go. He's 6'5". Really smooth. He's got a lot of change of pace in his game. His stroke's getting better. He's getting more consistent there, but he can really get up and down the floor. And because he has a little pace to his game, that athleticism will explode on you at times. You're like, whoa, okay, I wasn't quite expecting that if you haven't seen him. But he's got a chance to play long term. Nick Cody, 6'8.5". His father was an NFL safety, played at Baylor as well. He's got that toughness about him. He's learning to play facing the basket. I think that's going to be big for him. Is can he get out and stretch the court? If he can stretch the court, he's got a chance to be really good. But I think he's going to be a solid 3-year type of college player. I think they have a great class. They're not done. I think they'll get a fourth kid. I think they're looking internationally for the fourth kid.
Awesome! I saw you post that. Yeah.
So Trey Jones is one and done, you think?
Johnson,
one and done candidate?
Trey Johnson?
He is a one and done guy. If I'm wrong, y'all can laugh at me. This dude's one and done guy. I think he's an average 15, 16, 17 a game as a college freshman.
Gerry, here's my question for you on those three. What's your best comp on each of them? Who do they remind you of most? Like start with Trey.
That's a tough one. I'm not sure I have one. I need to really think about that. That's a good question. I'm not sure I have one.
We can save it for next week.
Yeah. I'll have comps next time on that one. I like Trey so much because I really think he fits the NBA game. I really think he's a good fit in the NBA game. I think if he stays healthy, he's going to have a pretty lucrative career and a long career.
So who plays point guard next year if these two guys come in?
Portal.
You go to the portal?
Everybody's favorite player.
So you go get an older guy to go mesh with these younger guys?
Yeah. Chris Johnson, the freshman combo guard at Texas, he's got really good court vision. He's got good instincts. Is he going to be ready to run a team? I think you'd probably go with a more experienced guy. The Kendall Weaver kid off the bench is a great role player, max effort guy. I think he's going to have a really good place on that team next year, but I think they're going to need that calming, experienced kind of voice and guy to run the team next year.
That's awesome. Well, Gerry, I don't know if you have any questions for these guys or anything, but man, we appreciate you jumping on. We're excited to have you guest on these things.
In the future, I'm going to have a couple of Boban questions for Roy. Okay? Because I just got to tell you, I mean, he looks like he's in pain when he moves, but I know he's not. But he's got the biggest elbow bones you've ever seen in person, Roy. You know what I'm talking about? You're dude, people's elbow bones are
Oh man, he's a great dude. He's a great dude.
He seems like a great dude.
He's awesome. Yeah. But I can't wait to get into it. We're gonna get it. I got a lot more for DJ in the future too.
Awesome. Well, Gerry, thanks so much.
Yeah, I'm going to be playing golf soon. That's my prediction.
Yeah, all of us need to be hitting the links.
I love it.
I can't wait to see you, Roy, out there.
Wow, here we go.
Can't wait to see
Competition is on. I'm competitive in everything. Let's go.
Oh, man. Awesome. Thanks so much, Gerry. Appreciate you, man.
Gerry.
Appreciate it, guys.
We appreciate you.
Take care, man. You're the man.
Yes, sir.
Bye. Gosh, man, you talk about an encyclopedia of knowledge, dude. That guy's forgotten more than I know about sports. He's impressive.
I want to hear him spew out the stats. I want to hear DJ Senior stats.
Oh, he's gonna come.
You remember your own stat? I'm not coming for you. I'm just.
Bro, I was the number 2 point guard in the country. What stats you need?
You would.
Number
I just want to hear him. I get it.
In the country.
Who was number 1?
Ty Lawson. They had him above me.
Yeah.
They had him above me for I don't know why, but I cooked him in every tournament.
So y'all went head to head.
Yeah. So this what happened. I was supposed to take my visit to UNC. He knew I was coming. He committed, and then I came.
They backed off for you as soon as he committed.
Well, no. Once he committed, I backed off. I was like, well, if he going there, I'm not going there. So then I cut it down to Texas and LSU. It was LSU, Texas, and UNC.
DJ told this story on the podcast, bro. You not listening?
Nah, he don't fucking listen, bro. Or his internet wasn't working and he couldn't hear me.
Yeah,
bro, you was in slow motion for the first 30 minutes of the show, bro.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you was.
30 seconds,
Nick,
it cut off on me.
He's not lying. But you know what? Colton's such a G. He uses this program, so it uploads directly from your computer. So everyone else in the world thinks everything's clear. But DJ and I are watching
Nick was laughing. I couldn't even look at your screen, bro. You was fucking me up. I was like, what? You was like.
The crazy thing when I came back to action, y'all were talking about something. I was like, I don't even know what y'all guys are talking about.
But your voice.
Earlier you were actually you cut out. Oh, we thought you were messing. Oh, DJ said he could take you. It was like he was saying you couldn't defend him, and so I thought you were messing. I thought you were like, oh, I didn't hear that last 20 seconds.
No, DJ used to always bait me for fouls, so I would get 2 quick fouls, and I would have to sit down. But
get him out of here, coach.
And in summertimes, I used to hound DJ because there was no fouls. I was hack man. I would hack you. I didn't care. That was part of the game. I'm gonna foul you. I'm gonna get in your head. Pickup was fun, but in the games, I would be picking up full court, and he would just stop, and I would run into him, and they would call a foul.
Me and Roy were checking at the same time because we both played. We both was back. Who you backed up?
Everybody.
No. Who was there though? It was Andre Miller.
Andre Miller was there. Yeah. So me and
this
Lou
is when
Williams
you were
played
on the Sixers. Yeah.
Lou Williams and I played in the backcourt, and I used to guard the point guards, whatever, and he used to guard the twos at the time. So when I checked in, DJ would check in. I would guard DJ, and he would have whoever was the 2 guard or whoever.
Roy was Pat Bev before Pat Bev, man. You was a hack.
How's Houston life? How's it like being a Texan again? How are things with the Rockets and settling in, and being a married man too, man? There's so many new things.
But it's been great. Texas has been my second home, my surrogate home. A lot of friends and family. Just coming back to the state has been great. The weather has been awesome. I'm not a fan of humidity, but at the same time, I like the warm weather. The people, the food, just living in Houston, it's just a great feeling to just be back, to where it all started for me, basketball-wise. Working for the organization, it's been great working with these young fellas and just pushing them and challenging them. It's been great, man. Being married, moving into a new crib, coming in from a whole year of coaching, and I'm continuing to coach and continue to grow, preparing for the Olympics, preparing to make a playoff run with, this young team. The sky's the limit. The sky's the limit. So just taking it all in day by day, one day at a time, staying focused, having fun with the process, chopping wood and carrying water, doing all the little things, and just being myself, being authentic.
I love it. That's good, man. Thanks for that update, DJ. What's happening in your world, man? What's new? I know you're settling into dad life more now that you're not on the road with the Rockets or anything right now.
Yeah, man. I'm just enjoying being a dad, being a husband. Doing things I couldn't do before. Playing basketball. Just had Thanksgiving. Everybody at the house. We ate good. I got a couple things I'm working on. I'm working on a couple shows I'm doing. Obviously, we have this show together, which I'm like Roy said, I'm thankful to be on here with you guys. Thankful for everything that we're doing, everything that's coming our way. And then I'm doing another show. Y'all remember Mike James played for the Rockets?
Yeah, what's that about? Talk about that one. I saw that.
Yeah, so we're doing a show called Mission Next. So basically, it's like, we go around. What you say?
Nobody said anything.
I don't think anybody said anything.
I thought you said.
He was waiting for us to comment.
No. So it's called Mission Next, man. So we basically just go around, and we highlight different areas of jobs that people do that don't get a lot of credit, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
so
cool.
people look at us as NBA players, as celebrities, and they see us on TV. But we don't. There's so many people around the world that do things that don't get credit, don't get notarized. And so that's our goal, is just to go around, find these jobs. For example, our first episode is going to be about a brewery, a beer brewery out here in Houston. And, we go back, we learn how to make beer. We learn the process. We actually do the job. We get dirty. We get hands on. And then we talk to the people and highlight the people who's behind the scenes and making these things and making the beer. We just met with the city of Houston. We're going around, and our next episode after that is going to be a trash episode. We go around and see how the people pick up trash and the dead animals on the street and stuff like that. So we just
roadkill, right?
Yeah, roadkill. So we basically just highlighting different, I guess you could call dirty jobs or jobs that don't get a lot of credit around the world.
I love that,
so you're
going
to be riding on the garbage truck, picking up the trash? I can't wait to see this.
So they don't do it.
Right, we need to go along for this.
I know. We definitely got to document this.
So look, they don't do that anymore. It's not how it's done. Now they have the robot that picks up the trash and dumps it in the back of the truck.
I noticed that because in New York, they still do it the same way.
Well, they don't really pick up y'all trash anyway for like a couple weeks, so it don't.
You got to relax. No.
You got to let it heat up first. Get a little nice little stench on the street.
They got this robotic hand closing in and grabbing the canister, picks it up, and then it dumps it, and then it drops it back. So you have to have your trash in the garbage pail, or they're not going to pick it up.
Yeah, are you going to be doing the robot arm?
Yeah, so we're going to be in the truck. We're going to be doing that. And we're going to do the roadkill episode as well, where we're going to have to go around, pick up like dead animals and stuff like that.
Oh, man. This is classic. This is
a great idea, man. I love
I've seen this show before, but in a bigger scale.
Yeah.
It was like dirty jobs or like the jobs that are not glorified, and they're basically shining light on the people that do these jobs.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a mix of dirty jobs, undercover boss, and all those type of shows mixed together. So like me and Mike are showing up, former NBA players and celebrities, I guess you can call it, but we're getting our hands dirty and highlighting these people and giving them their praise for these jobs that are much needed around, the city of Houston.
That's a great concept for two former NBA guys to kind of run with this show. Like that's a great concept.
Yeah, so Mike, that's my dog. So me and Mike have great chemistry. We play together for a couple teams, and he lives here in Houston. So we're doing that, and then also I have a golf show coming out. Be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, wow, you got a lot of shows, bro. I respect that. Big shout out to Mike James, though. New York legend.
He's from Amityville. Yeah, Amityville.
I give him his respect. I give him his respect on the pod. He's from New York. He would get people used to throw him their hand because he's not from New York City, but he's not from New York City, but he put in a lot of work. Yeah. And he's well respected. Amityville horror. Yeah. From Long Island.
Yeah. Big so up to Mike I bust James. His ass on a golf course every other week. So that's.
Oh really?
Yeah. So yeah, man. So that's what I got going on. Like I said, I'm super excited about the golf show because I do that anyway. I play 3 times a week anyway, so now I'm gonna do it.
So you a pro? You think you that good?
I'm not a pro, but I'm trying to be that good. I'll never be a pro, but I'm trying to be that good, man. So we'll see.
DJ, tell the people are those shows out yet, or are they still in kind of production? Because I was gonna say, tell the people where we can find that stuff.
Yeah, so we're still in production for Mission Next. We filmed the first episode with the brewery, but it hasn't been edited and released yet. So once it does, I'm gonna post it on my platform at DJ Augustin, and then I'll let you guys know maybe the next episode we do, and we can when it's up and running.
Yeah, we'll put some links in here and stuff so people can see it for sure.
It's going to be funny.
Well, that's awesome, man. I think those are great ideas, man. Well,
what have you been up to, Nick? Like, you asking us all the questions. What you been up to, bro?
Nobody cares what I've been up to, man.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, like it's a 3-man show.
Man, just working, man. I running a lot of the NIL stuff, doing some of the for-profit deals for Texas, I've run this basically a private effort to keep Austin a music town. So what we do a lot of raising funds for the nonprofits in Austin, and then I'll lobby at the city, state, and Fed for musicians and venues and all that kind of stuff. And then I work with the governor's office to bring for-profit music business to Austin. So that keeps me pretty busy. And then I still help Bo Jackson with all his marketing, which is pretty quiet. Bo's pretty chill.
That's dope. You know what? That's one of my favorite athletes of all time, Bo Jackson. I still got a pair of his shoes. Nori used to have this song. He I had the Bo Jacksons, the orange and blue. So I got a pair of orange and blue Bo Jacksons.
That's the baseball sneakers.
They're like cross trainers. They came in the Oakland colors, the black and gray. They came in a couple different colors, but the iconic colors are the black and gray and the orange and blue.
Well, man, we'd worked together for a minute, and I didn't never want to ask for him to sign anything or anything like that. And we were at his fundraiser. He raises funds for the tornado victims, and he helps build tornado shelters in Alabama because Alabama doesn't have a lot of the state funds to build shelters for when these tornadoes hit. So now he's building these, and he's raised over $1 million some to build all these shelters underground so that people don't perish in these tornadoes. And it's an awesome thing. So we do a fundraiser every year in April and go to Auburn, Alabama to do it. It's a bike ride and kind of a charity dinner kind of, auction and stuff like that. And Bo and all these people are getting stuff signed. He's like, you don't have anything for me to sign, Nick? And I was like, no, man. And I was like, but I will. I was like, I'm going to go buy a pair of the Bo trainers and I'm going to get you to sign them. And so the next year I bought a pair of the trainers and got him to sign those. Cause man, those things, I remember I had those shoes in, I think it was 4th or 5th grade, man. And they were everything. I wanted them so badly. I asked my parents for them and I finally got them. So I wanted to get those signed. So I did I got the reproductions of those. It was tight. But yeah, he's the man. Today's actually his birthday. So
happy birthday, Bo Jackson.
Birthday, Bo.
chilling with his grandkid. He sent me a picture, and it's just him. He's like living the dream. So he's I know a lot of people say that he's a better human being than he was an athlete. Like, he is the real deal. Just everything he does is for charity. He doesn't do anything for limelight. All he does is help people. All he does is, he just does good for the world. And he's just, he's such an inspiration, man. He's awesome.
That's what life is about. It's about basically service. It's about memories. It's about experiences. That's all that really matters in this life. So if you have it, do on for others, do well to others, be kind to people, and it's karma. It'll come back to you in some shape, form, or fashion. So, be nice, man.
Man.
Be nice.
Life's too short, man. Life's too short.
Too short, man.
Yeah. It's best.
Spread love. Spread love.
Spread love. Brother love.
Brother love, bud.
Brother love.
Well, I think that was a solid episode, fellas. I think we're gonna have to, depend on when we do the next one, we'll have to figure out a guest, either get an alum or et cetera. I think we should, if you guys are down, I think we should keep having Jerry on for some segments.
I like him.
Recap.
We just gonna have to shave him a little bit, but I like him. He gives us some updates, and then you shave him.
We could bring him in for like the Texas highlight,
and recruiting.
Yeah,
just like Cameron and them show, they bring in OJ Simpson for the for the football analyst stuff.
Yeah, but it's more jokes about that.
Yeah, they be clowning OJ.
Hey Jay, you're our OJ Simpson.
Hey Jay, you gonna be OJ?
Yeah, after a while we can start clowning him.
Yeah, I ain't gonna clown him yet.
Not yet. You got to get him on a couple more episodes.
Yeah, exactly. Oh no, that's awesome. Well, awesome, fellas. We'll
appreciate you guys. Yeah.
Peace. Appreciate y'all.